Hello, my name's Chloe. If you've never seen me before, then chances are there's a message in this that you're supposed to hear. Trust your intuition and trust the timing of your life. And let's get on with your reading. There's a plane, I don't know if you can hear it. Maybe I'll wait for it to pass. Oh, it's actually a helicopter. It's funny actually because uh, I really, from this energy, I'm really picking up that. Oh, that's really funny. Um, there was a card that was on the bottom earlier underneath this other card, and it's come up again, so that's really funny. But I'll get to that. To carry all of the energy on the bottom of the deck, you've got the Ace of Wands. So there's a new fiery, passionate beginning happening in your life. Maybe your spark is coming back and you feel reignited for life again. And with this new beginning, you have got the Eight of Cups, which is walking away from something that's not serving you anymore, and literally being clarified by walking into success and movement and a grounded, stable foundation. So the reason I think that's funny with the helicopter is because it's like traveling. So like you literally could be uprooting and traveling to a new place, and that is what is igniting this fiery and passionate spark inside of you. So you've left something behind or you're about to, and this just wasn't fulfilling you anymore. Maybe things went on for a little bit longer than they should have. If this is about a house, then it could just mean, like you tried to work on filling up these cups and you gave it your best shot, but ultimately the house, the wallpaper and everything was starting to deter. So it was almost like no matter how much effort you put in, how much love you put in, um, it wouldn't have changed the fact that the house around you was still crumbling and you needed to move on. Like even just the fact that his this is a B deck, by the way. The fact that his gear for like gearing up in order to get honey is just so neatly placed on the table, and the jars are really neatly placed, but the house is falling apart just makes me think that there was a lot of love and care that you put into this situation. I don't know what it is, obviously, because it's not a personal reading. So it could be yeah, it could be moving house, or it could be leaving maybe a job. Like you put a lot of effort into your career and it wasn't really valued by other people, so you just decided to leave behind what you had already brought to the table. It's literally on a table. So yeah, you left behind the good that you did, rather than taking it with you in order to in order to leave a mark behind and to help people with the good that you brought to the table. Take it as it resonates. So yeah, it could be a house, it could be a career, it could be a relationship, but yeah, take it as it fits. So then we're moving into the Chariot, so we're literally moving, and success, major success, and the Four of Wands, which is celebration and stability, and it can also be a stable home. So the cups also can be to do with emotions. So even like leaving an emotional situation that wasn't fulfilling. And the wands are action. So you've taken the emotion and created action from it. You haven't stayed stagnant in something that wasn't serving you anymore. You decided to walk away, and with that, create a new beginning for yourself with the energy of what you learn in the fire of the situation. So this is great. Got the King of Pentacles clarified by Judgment. This is in this deck. This Judgment card is called Rebirth. The Judgment card to me always screamed wake up call, and the King of Pentacles is to do with stability. And you also have a lot of Pentacle cards that came out, which really gives me the sense of you finding stability and grounding and really just being rooted. There's another helicopter. It might be the same one circling back around. That's so funny. So I'm just gonna wait again. What is happening? Okay. Um, so I'm trying to remember what I was saying. Um, yeah, you're really like finding your footing, and with that earth energy really rooting. The reason for this is because you've had a wake up call. So you realized that there was a way that you were being which you no longer want to be because you don't relate to that version of you, and this can happen in stages. So the fact that you moved away from a situation would have probably been a bit of a wake up call and a catalyst of what stability really means to you in whatever area of your life, like career, house, whatever. So yeah, you've had a wake up call about stability and what really grounds you and what you need to feel grounded. And you're really like solid in this as well. Earth is already such a strong energy, and it's like unmovable. Earth can also be quite stubborn, but in sometimes in a necessary way of like knowing what you need and want and making sure that that's a priority. So with the gosh, I'm gonna go all over the place, but so you've where do I start? I don't know. There's so much. Okay, so let's talk about okay. So you've had a wake up call. We've got the devil, but the devil, clarified by the Page of Pentacles, carries more of a lightness to the devil. And with the Judgment card being the wake up call, you have literally awakened to bad habits or beliefs that you had around stability. And you, with this Page of Pentacles, it's learning. So you have brought awareness to it. You're aware of these things and you're learning from them and being really curious. Pages are very curious. They ask a lot of questions, and the pages are the beginning of like the learning journey. Like you've got pages, knights, queens, and kings. Yeah, you it's the journey of like growing. So starting out with the page, it's very innocent and very curious, and like there's not a heaviness to do with these habits or addictions that you had. It's more just like, oh, I see where that's come from. So now I get to change it. And now I get to ask myself what really serves me and what doesn't. Like, it's the beginner's mind. So the fact that you've got this new beginning with the Ace of Wands where you've moved and things are very new, it's the perfect time to then step into the new energy of being a like having the beginner's mind and being a student of life again, and a student of yourself. Like, you're learning who you are in the world. Like, you know, when you grow up and you leave your family's house, you start to learn more about yourself as you move through your life. So it very much feels like that kind of thing. It does feel like you've been really like curious and like before. So this Seven of Pentacles was actually on the bottom of the deck after I clarified the Eight of Cups, and it's ended up under the current card on the bottom of the deck. So I'm gonna come back to it. So basically, it was under when there was the Chariot and the Four of Wands. So you've come from a place of like really evaluating what's for you and what's not. This is literally like weighing out if things are worth it. And with the Page of Pentacles, like, there's been a lot of growth with realizing what you need and what you want in your life, and a lot of it is to do with stability. So then, to end the reading, we've got the Strength card clarified by the Knight of Pentacles. This is beautiful because not only have you gone on a new beginning where you're finding your footing and you're being successful in what you want to pursue, the reason it's successful is not because there's any rushing, you know, you're considering everything. And the Knight of Pentacles with the Strength is, so not only are you grounded, but it's consistent. The Knight of Pentacles is consistent. He's slow, but it's the slow and steady wins the race saying. He is slow because he's consistent. And with the Strength, it's like your work, whatever you're pursuing, whatever this is about for you, your work will pay off the more slow and consistent you are. The more you build things over time, the more solid it will feel. And with the Pentacles, it just reiterates that rooted sense of grounding. I feel like I keep repeating myself with things, but I really just want to reiterate that this is all to do with your sense of stability. And that could be in any area of your life, but you're really like evaluating what that even means to you. And you've had a wake up call, and you've had this awareness being brought to everything. And it's bringing you major success in the way that you move forward because you're prioritizing it now and you're considering how things feel to you. Slow and steady consistency is one of the strongest forms of strength. If you think about when you are cultivating strength in your body, it's that slow and steady over time where you start to feel stronger and you start to feel more rooted. Kind of summarize your reading. You know that you can't stay the same anymore with your habits, and you're putting effort in to build a solid, lasting foundation. Because you are moving slowly, it's creating a lasting foundation. Like, this is like built to last. You know, like when things aren't built on a stable foundation, that's where the tower card comes out, you know. But you are really consciously making sure that things are done properly, like done the right way, whatever that means to you. Um, so yeah, there's no advice really. You're doing great. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to summarize it because usually you end with advice, but I guess just make sure you keep being consistent. Be consistent with yourself, be consistent with your needs, and the more consistent you are, the more secure you build your life. So, I hope this resonated. If it did, let me know by liking and subscribing, and I will speak to you soon.